Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Patricia Valone.
And I'm Byron Scott. Well, there's been a spike in heroin deaths, related deaths across the state. And today, Governor Martin O'Malley addressed the issue in Annapolis. CTV's Noor Tagore has more.
That's right, drugs and death. That's what Governor O'Malley and the Maryland Secretary of Health just addressed at a press conference at the Annapolis Police Station regarding the recent epidemic of heroin overdoses in Maryland.
The heroin overdose that have tragically come to every single community in our state is sweeping across the country. The rise is largely attributable to a rise in opioid use, particularly heroin and fentanyl-related deaths. Heroin-related overdose deaths increased 95% from 2010 to 2013.
So what are we doing? We are bringing together, in a similar way as been done for homicides, information in a real-time basis about who's overdosing, where they're coming from, and what we know about them, and can we spot risk factors and trends. We recently launched a statewide campaign around overdose, which has information on not only what to do if you're worried that somebody is overdosing, but also how to help people get treatment.
Governor O'Malley also mentioned that prescription drugs are the gateway to heroin. So if you or anyone you know is dealing with the issue, take action and call 211 for more information on treatment. From Annapolis, Maryland, for CTV News, I'm Noor Tagore.
And in international news, a ceasefire in Gaza remains elusive as the Palestinian death toll in the conflict climbs to more than 750. Today, Israeli forces bombed a shelter at a United Nations-run school, killing at least 15 people and wounding more than 100 others. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, U.S. senators, including Maryland's Ben Cardin, blame Hamas for purposely using civilian sites to hide its missiles. The senators agree that Israel has an absolute right to defend its citizens. They announced a new resolution urging the Obama administration to ensure that any ceasefire does not leave Israel vulnerable to rocket or tunnel attacks.
I give Israel a great deal of credit for the manner in which they have tried to warn Palestinians, and obviously they're faced with an unprecedented situation when you have the missiles and control centers embedded into civilian facilities such as schools and hospitals and mosques.
Hamas doesn't recognize Israel's right to exist. Hamas has sworn to the destruction of Israeli citizens, and as Prime Minister Netanyahu said, aptly, Israel uses missiles to shield and protect its people. Hamas uses people to protect its missiles.
Now, the leaders say they all want to see peace between Israel and Palestine, but agree that fighting will continue as long as the militant group remains the governing entity in the Gaza Strip.
And Route 1 in College Park has been a dangerous road for pedestrians this past year. This week, the State Highway Administration lowered the speed limit. Latifah Majid is in College Park with more on that story.
This road has been the cause of so many pedestrian deaths in the area that it has made residents scared to simply walk across the street. But Tuesday, the State Highway Administration lowered the speed limit to 25 miles per hour. And I'm here in College Park to find out if people think that will slow drivers down.
That's really changed how fast we drive. No question about it. I'm a slower driver. I look out for those speed cameras. I'm thinking about it more. So isn't that terrible? It's like the money. Rather than thinking there might be a pedestrian in the way, even if it is a college student who's not thinking about crossing at the appropriate crosswalk and just changing in the middle. So they changed the speed limit to 25. I hope that helps a bit. Yes, it's kind of a drag to have to go slower, when you're trying to get up to the Beltway and get on. But, it's better than having somebody killed, right?
We'll definitely allow for drivers to decelerate easier, so it probably would help.
It seems like the type of people that would hit and run are the type of people who don't obey the speed limit.
So far, the state has placed over a dozen of these signs along US 1, and that's just the first of many changes that are about to come. In College Park, I'm Latifah Majid, CTV News.
And the Highway Administration Agency, that is, will install a temporary fence along the median between Knox and Hartwick Road by the end of August.
Closing arguments end in the trial of a Metropolitan Police officer accused of assaulting his wife. Samson Lawrence is charged with attempted first and second-degree murder stemming from a November 2013 incident in which officials say he allegedly attacked his wife. The prosecutors say Lawrence hit her over the head several times with a metal lamppost and held knives to her throat. Jury deliberation is expected to last through tomorrow. Lawrence faces a life sentence. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Byron Scott.